I swear for goodness, I love that countdown. Well, I am Steph Maddox. I am your girl, Uptown Philly. I'm Uptown Philly everywhere. And my topic today is what do you do? So, just for clarity, these are just tips from my personal experiences about going live and about social media. These are not professional tips. I did not go to school for this. This is just tips for the average Joe looking to do average Joe stuff. But, stuff that I've learned that works and what doesn't. Hey, Dave. So, basically, today I just wanted to go through like a few things. Somebody asked me last week, what do I do? That's kind of like a complicated question when it comes to me. When somebody has their hand in everything, especially when you are in social media, really tough. And you might have pages and groups and things like that. And most recently, my getting things out into social media involved adding on more stuff as far as social media was concerned. I added on things to my already existing projects. So I am the CBO, the Chief Brand Officer for Dom Dada and for the LCFL. The LCFL is the LaBelle Community Football League, and we have the East and the West Coast, and I help out with both coasts when possible. Most of the time I just run the East. Tony Reed and his staff are awesome, and they're on the West Coast. So for the interest of time, we do have two pages. We have the LCFL East page and we have the Philadelphia Panther page. So it's the Philly Panthers because it's easier to brand that way. And I'm Philly Panthers live everywhere. Hey, Sean. So now I have other pages that are associated with other groups that are associated with those pages. So we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have I have Snapchat on a personal level, and hey Wiley, so I have Instagram on a personal level. I have Instagrams for my Dom Dada page, for my Snapchat. I have personal stuff. Hey, I have a personal Snapchat. Dom Dada has a page. It does not have a group, but it does have a page. It does have a public page that's the Poetic Conversationalist. And then, basically you just want to set up the pages so that you're speaking to your audience. You don't want to always put the content that's on one page on every single page, but to be consistent is mostly key so that you're known for certain things. My Uptown Philly page, ILIE page, that's my personal page, and every morning someone comes on. Hey, Leah. And every morning I get on, I do my coffee addict post, my give us kiss post, some kind of good morning post and something inspirational. Hopefully, preferably that do I inspire somebody to do something decent. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you? So those are the things that I get on and try to do every day. And for the weekends, usually I chill. Sometimes you can post stuff on the weekends, but it depends on the kind of traffic that you get. I find that if you get more traffic, you get more traffic in the morning when people are checking their gram, like before or when they get to work and things like that. Hey, Marcus. So when you do those things, when you're consistent on each page, and make sure you know what your hashtags are going to be. My hashtags for every page are different, and my hashtags identify exactly what it is that I want to put out there. And if you keep your hashtags up, then people will start to realize what they mean to you. On my personal page on Uptown Philly, I have Memoirs of a Pretty Mess, and I'm so sorry. I have Memoirs of a Pretty Mess, and I have Broken Babies and things like that, because it's the things that I talk about on my page, and it's the stuff that I'm known for. So on Poetic Conversationalist, it's a page that I started with Damascene. It has a lot to do with the conversations that we have had about relationships and things like that, the posts that he has put out there. So if, they are liked and they are very well circulated, and sometimes they're shared. Because of the specific topics, then, we put it out there, and people share them. And that's what you kind of hoping for in order to expand your brand. So my point to saying all that is this consistency is key, and to making sure that you update them, and then you don't have to update everything every day. I think that you just have to figure out what your traffic is for your specific group and who you're trying to identify. If you're doing something for a particular brand, like we were doing a show on relationships, a lot of his posts were about relationships, so it kind of like geared it into the conversation was, you know, now you want to hear more from this person because the conversation was geared towards relationships because he was on a show about relationships, etc., etc., etc. So, you know, you want to be as consistent as possible. Hey, Pastor Gary Lee, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. So basically you want to do that. And so you want to identify who the needs of your audience and make sure that you have content for that. I mean, you Google stuff, make sure you never take where you got it from out of it. So when you blank out that you got something from another page, that's basically stealing. Hey, Marquise. That's basically stealing. You don't want to steal somebody's stuff and not give them credit for it unless you created it yourself. You created all your content yourself, and then you won't have that big of a deal. I'm well. How are you? So that's what you want to mainly do. So you want to identify who you are, who your audience is, what your specific needs are for your audience, and you want to identify what content you want to put out there and when you want to put the content out there. You want to encourage questions, and you want to be as available as possible. You don't want to go to somebody's page and see, hey, Omar, you don't want to go to somebody's page and see that they don't respond to their messages. You try to respond to your messages as quickly as possible because you want to make sure that the audience that you're going for is actually getting responded to in time. If it says that it takes you 2 days to respond to a message, more than likely somebody's not going to want to go to one of your events, because if they need you that day, then you're not responding to your messages. Then the only time you respond to your messages is the day that you go to something. People are not going to respond to you. Hey, Marlene. That's my baby mama. So people are not going to respond to you if you don't respond to your messages quickly. So responding to your DMs, yes, it goes down in the DM. If you respond to your, hey Maceo, hey mama, how are you? So when you respond to your messages, you respond to your messages in kind. You make sure that all your messages are up to date, and you respond to your inboxes, your DMs, the things like that. I went over 5 minutes, so we're going to just go to a flat 10. So my challenge today is for you to make sure that you answer your messages, make sure that you respond to your DMs, make sure that you respond to things that are valid, and make sure that your content is clean and decent. I just had this conversation today. If you are actually looking towards, hey, Mike, if you're actually right, it goes down in the DM. So if you actually, I'm not into trap music, but I can pick the trap stuff that I want to say. When you actually respond to the messages that you're putting out there, then you'll get a better thing. Because if you're going to have something as far as like an event or something like that, you don't want, the day of, that's the only day you answer questions. Or you want to, hey Anna, you don't want the day of is the only day you answer questions. You want to answer questions as often as possible, and as quickly as possible. So if you don't answer questions, then people are less likely to come to your event, less likely to buy your goods, because you're not answering questions when they need it. And the customer is always right. It goes back to that. Hey Mike, it goes back to that. So basically what you want to do is when you are answering questions, you want to answer them to the best of your ability, and if not, get back to them. You can also put out emails if you want to, if that's how you want to get contacted. Hey sweetie. So actually, I want to put a little plug in for what I'm doing for Rep Parker. I am actually looking for representatives for Rep Parker next Tuesday. She needs representatives on April 26th. So if you're off and you're available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., then you can hit my DM. Ew. you can hit my DM. Let me know if you are available. It is a paid position. I will give you information. So if you do know somebody, she's looking for 10 people. I have one already before I started this. I always put it out to my guys. I try to keep them working as much as possible. But if anybody else needs somebody or knows somebody who might need some quick cash next week on April the 26th, then definitely hit me up, or if you have my number, give me a text. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I just wanted to drop my Monday challenge for everybody and let you guys know that I am still paying very close attention to your live cast. I've tried to go into as many live casts as I possibly can, and make sure you support the people that are actually trying to do something with this thing we call social media, actually using social media for what it is here for, and that's to be social. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Uptown Philly. Peace.